is. Just starting a live, and if you are rewatching this and you don't see the red live button in the corner, that means I'm no longer live. So I will wait a little bit to let people join us. And I don't have rights to the music in the background. Hi. Yay! Hi, Sean. I'm going to wait a little bit just to let people join a little bit so they don't miss anything. I'm so excited about this. I love doing marbles. So I'm very, very, very happy that Lena has asked me to do this, and I'm excited about it. Oh, good, Marie. Gonna join with me. That'll be awesome. So, if anybody has any questions while we're waiting, then go ahead and I gotta figure out how I can, oh, there we go, okay. Reply on this. Hi, Sean. Hi, Tabitha. I'm sure we'll go over many times, like, the products that I use. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Sharon. I'm so excited to do this with all of you. I have prepped my room so it's about 75 degrees in here, which helps when you are doing your marbles for sure. We've got lots of fun stuff, so. So just to let all of you know, the plan was Lena had sent out a beautiful little care package for me. So I was supposed to be getting my glitter in the mail today, and I keep getting notifications that it's arriving late. So I do have one beautiful one that I've already ordered a long time ago from her. It's the Purple Rain. We're gonna do purple and silver marble today. So, yay. I kind of think that my version's kind of a marble slash geode, because I kind of put more of my chunky on, so it kind of looks like a geode, but it's not really another layer of something over it that exposes that. But I kind of, you know, of course we all watched Nikki do hers, and we all learned from that, but I kind of just winged it, if that's a word, winged it. But that's how I've been doing mine, and I'm excited. I've got so many orders for them. They're very popular. I actually have a girl that I'll grab it real quick because I'm getting ready to send it out tomorrow or the next day. She wanted a marble, but she just didn't want anything on it. I think it's beautiful. So I just did a bunch of different silvers and purples, and yeah, I'm excited to send that out to her. Hi, Kimberly. But yeah, I've got so many different shades of ones that I've done. I've done a gold one, which is golden black, real pretty. And then I've done a blue version. This one, I think my epoxy was a little warm, and it kind of decided to go all over the place, but I still think it's really pretty. But yeah, I think that the one good thing about marble is marble technique can flow wherever. You can have it flow wherever. It doesn't have to be a marble. I mean, it's just like when you look at a marble itself, it's like colors all over the place. So yeah, I love having different versions, but I am very, very, very busy with marbles. So yeah, Janice, I think that I think that's what's great about this is I'm not going to go through any of the glitters that I'm using, since I'm gonna have to use a couple of different glitters from different companies, and of course I would rather use Faro, but we didn't get my package in the mail today. It's supposed to be late. I have a little text thing that'll come through if it for some reason pops down there in the mail and I can grab it, but the one that I am going to use is Purple Rain, and I'm so excited. It's so vibrant, and it's got a really good shift to it, so it'll bring out all the silvers and the other couple purples that I have. I am using Woods Goodies, excuse me. I'm using the Barney Purple, which is very vibrant, as you can see. And I am going to use Frosty Pearl, and I am going to try a Chameleon. It's not going to come through like it would if you put it over black, but since I am going to use black Illumilite dye, then I'm actually going to be able to put my powder kind of over it, so it can kind of shift a little over that. So, and I've got my white Illumilite dye. Sorry about that. And I'm gonna put a little glow in the dark in there. So we'll see how fun that will be. And then I've got some glitters. So, hi Cynthia. Martin, what do I need? I did post that, but if you're Micah's glitter Illumilite dyes, yes. And I like to do some really fine really fine glitters, holographic glitters, chunky glitters, and definitely micas. I love micas. I think we're all starting to get it to where we want to put our micas with our glitters. Definitely. So anyway, I get all my medicine cups at Allegro, and I just take a bunch of them and lay them out. I like to put all my glitters and my micas in my cups first, because once you mix your epoxy, you only have so much time to work with it. So, alcohol ink for dyes. Sharon, I have not tried that. It would be awesome for maybe someone to try it. I think alcohol ink might shift a lot more than what the dyes do, and the dyes are a little bit thicker, and you mix the dyes in with your epoxy, and that's how we place it on the cup. So I think the alcohol inks might shift a little, not knowing where they would shift. We'll just put it that way. But you could, I'm pretty sure. because when you're doing your cup, you're putting your epoxy on, and if you want to drop some alcohol inks, I'm sure it will work. Might have to try that sometime. So I'm gonna pretty much just pour I like to put a good amount in, because with each batch of epoxy that I mix, I probably can get about 3 cups out of this. And if you guys don't get bored, I might bam out 3 cups. That way I don't waste anything. And you know, if you ever do want to do this and you have leftover, get some molds and make some keychains. And I'm sure your customers would like that if you include that in a keychain here and there. So we're gonna put a little thick, I'm not gonna name what these are that I'm showing you because I only have one ferro, so I think this is a good way just to say to make it your own and get your favorite glitters that you like and make it your own. So, but I do like to have some opal, thicker type of glitter. So I've got another different purple that we can pull out that's got some good shift to it and different colors too. I love holographic. I'm actually really addicted to holo. I am pouring each glitter into their own cups, so that way, and I don't even, after I pour them in there, I don't even need to know what they are or anything like that, because you kind of just go at it when you put it on your cup. Hi Lena, happy birthday Lena. And there's another probably silver type of glitter that I'm spilling everywhere. Whoops. Martin, I have not done the mica yet in the cups. I'm just putting some glitter in each one for now. And I'm doing a purple, another purple that'll go with the fine glitters. This is probably, Lena, probably you would know the sizing, but I think that might be a little bit of the bigger size, maybe 0.15, I'm not positive, but, and then I've got the holo and the purple rain. So I'm sure you guys probably have seen these before. They're awesome. They're little spoons to be able to dip out of your glitters and micas. Since I'm probably going to do 3 cups, I can do one in front of you. I can do another as we're chit-chatting. I just don't want to waste any of my glitter that I'm putting in here. So I'm going to put my first mica in, and it's Barney. So it's really pretty, really pretty. And I just reuse these, just wipe them onto the next. It really also depends on how heavy that you want your look for your color. So I put a good amount in. I don't like it to be very opaque. So that's Barney. And Frosty Pearl. It's really pretty white pearl, and it shows up really good. I know it's hard to see in there, but it's Frosty Pearl. Hi Hi, Ashley. And like I said, I'm going to try this Skid Row. It's a chameleon. They're best to be put over black. Like you can do a cup that has been epoxy. There's so many different ways that you can do this. I've seen where if it dries completely, you can take your little torch and heat it up a little bit, and you can rub this on with a little makeup foam adapter thing that I have here. These work real good. And you can brush these on over black, which is, there's so many different ways, but since we're using black Alumilite dye, then I can maybe try to make the shift come out on this one. My micas are from Woods Goodies. Lori Woods Goodies. There you go. Okay, so I'm gonna need one more cup. We're gonna try a little Nocturnal. This is glow in the dark. I believe when you actually mix it, it turns kind of a thick milky color, I believe. But we'll see. Be kind of fun if my customer had her cup and just noticed it was glowing in the dark. I almost want to get glow in the dark stickers to put on there just to say that there's a little surprise. Your cup is glowing. I know that purple is so pretty. Okay, so these, you need the tiniest drop. Tiniest drop. And I'm going to show you what I mean by tiny. Like that's even probably too much. That's a lot. It's going to go a very long ways. White, a little bit more, not much. And these I got off Amazon, the Alumilite dye. Not much. And I'm going to mix my epoxy with all of these. So then I'm going to put those to the side, and I'm going to mix. I usually need a little bit more than the 60 milliliters because you're going to put 30 in here, 30 in here. And I'm going to mix it in my, I get all of these cups. I get these at a restaurant supply place. So they work really, really good. And I like mixing my epoxy in there. And then I have the FIFO bottles. So even if we have to mix a batch to put in here and then for me to put on my cups. And I just use popsicle sticks. Yes, I might get bubbles, but the crazy thing about the marble, because you cannot use your heat gun. The crazy thing about the marble cups, I don't get any air bubbles in mine. I don't know. I think after just working with it so much, after putting all your glitters and all that, the white, maybe 2 or 3 drops. Not much. It really goes a long ways. So I just take each cup, put it in here. you go through, also, I do want to let you know, you go through kind of quite a bit of gloves. I mean, I don't know what a lot is, but I know at first I go through about 4 or 5 gloves just because of the different, and of course, baby wipes are my best friend. So how much white did you use? Yeah, okay. Perfect. So just gonna mix up my epoxy. Debbie, yes, I learned from her, and then I kind of just maybe put a little bit more product on than she does when it comes to my micas and my glitters. I kind of like a little bit more chunk to it. I just think, Debbie, we all should put our own spin on it. So in my room, pretty lucky, I have just this actually room use, well, it still is. It's like my clothing room. Yes, make it your own, right, Debbie? Then it was the office, and I kind of took over everything. So I've got all of my different turners back there and all my stuff. I'm not allowed to put holes in the walls, so commando hooks or Velcro. I do a lot of that. I do have a space heater in here, and I also have a weather station that actually tells me exactly what the temperature is in here. And I do have a filter system going from, which sucks air out and goes into my window. I can kind of show you. Let's move the epoxy because I don't want that. But sorry about all my clothes, but see that? That actually sucks out all the epoxy air and out the window, and the window has plexiglass on it. So yeah. Put you back up here. Hi, Amber. Those vinyl holders are from IKEA, and I painted them. Yeah, I just spray painted. I still have so many rolls of vinyl that I have nowhere to put. I don't have any more room on the wall. I mean, I could, but I'd take over every wall in this room. But that ventilation system, I think, is awesome. I'm going to say that you get it off Amazon, and you go into Home Depot and you get the little, like, probably clothing dryer vent, whatever, tubing, and put it up to plexiglass, and it works if you've got a room that you need to ventilate. All right. So I'm going to go grab some more gloves and a couple sheets so I can get started on this. Oh, good. I'm just kind of moving things out of the way so I have a little bit more space and find a good angle to put you guys at. So is what I'm going to do before I get my cup ready is I will going to be mixing all these. Trying to find a good angle for you guys. We'll probably move you around a little bit. Probably back. Hi, Lexi. Yeah, Janice, I think it's really important to have some sort of ventilation system. And that way I can still keep my room at the temperature that I need it. I do not let really the kids in here. We have a cat, we have a dog. They're not even allowed in here. The room has to be completely shut at all times. So, okay. So literally I'm just going to eyeball it, and I'm just going to put a little in each cup. And, you might have to mix some more. I usually do, because I still have to put epoxy on my cup. And when you put epoxy on your cup, you will put the thinnest layer possible on it. You barely need any epoxy in your black and your white. So it looks like I'm gonna have to do some more. Like I said, this is definitely more than what you would do for 1 cup, but I might as well do more. Cindy, maybe somebody grows something and I learned from them. It's legal in Oregon, so just saying. That is how. Am I blushing? So I'm probably just going to do 15 and 15 for the rest, maybe. Yeah, I'm in Oregon, so there is lots of green around here. So I'm going to mix another 30 ml. Okay. I usually don't use my other one that I just got done using because I don't want, just in case, my mixtures to be off. So I completely mix a new cup. But that fan by itself off Amazon was $55. I like the glitters to be, after I mix them, we'll definitely go over that. That way I can show you. You don't want them to be real thick and you don't want them to be real thin. So, but the longer you actually sit and are working with your cup, you got to remember your glitters are sitting in their cups and curing a little faster. So by the time I get to my 3rd cup, I'm really slapping it on there pretty good because it gets a little thick by then. Tracy, it depends on how fast you can do your marbles. I actually can do 4 at a time. And the only reason I've learned that is because I have to do like almost 40 of them for a business that are ordering them every time they get new students in, because it's for a school that I actually went to. I'm a master esthetician, and the owner has, instead of ordering boring cups that just say Spectrum on them, she's ordering cups for me for every single new student and graduation gifts. There's an idea, kind of, how much glitter is in there and how much epoxy. And you know, you can always add more. That's why I like to have a little bit extra epoxy, so that way if there's anything that you need to add, that you can. Okay. Just trying to make some room. So I'm going to move all these over to the side, and I'm going to move my computer back a little bit. Okay. And so I'm just going to put a very thin coat of epoxy on this. You do not need a lot. I'm trying to figure out which way this baby's going. And there are some imperfections on the spray paint on this. I had surgery on my foot and calf a couple weeks ago, and I had my 16-year-old spray my cups. He wasn't too confident about it, but the good thing about this is you can cover it up with your white and your black Alumilite dye when you're actually marbling. And I'm not the cleanest person at putting epoxy on, so, but I definitely like to make sure it's covered. But you don't need a lot. And I will say, do not use your heat gun. The only time you need to use your heat gun is on probably your, after you get done doing this and it dries and you put another coat of epoxy on it, and you put your another coat of epoxy on it, you can use it at that point. It's pretty much cured underneath. So there goes one glove. See, lots of gloves. Lots of gloves. Janice, sorry, I'm just reading your message. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, Janice, you're going to, if for some odd reason you have to have your heat gun, just remember it's going to shift. You're not going to have the marble lay where you wanted everything to lay. Yes, Janice, you can use your heat gun on other things. It's just this, no, not a good idea. So I'm going to mix all these. One thing to remember when you're mixing your micas, go really slow, because your micas will definitely give you a little puff of poof poof in your face. So this one is the glow in the dark. It's kind of purple. Yeah, purple. Perfect. And the consistency is, you know, kind of runny. That's the way you want it. So is what I pretty much do is just wipe and reuse. And I go from my darker colors to my lighter colors. So that's pretty good. Because by the time you put it on, you're kind of going to be wiping it down. Here's the real chunky. This is what you're going to have a hard time with at the end. You really kind of got to just either lay it, spatula it. I did get these off Amazon. These are my favorite to use to be able to marble on right here and here. Make sure when you're done that you always wipe off your what you've used. Tabitha, here's glitter in a cup, and there's the epoxy, if that gives you an idea. And like I said, this is for more than 1 cup. So if you use as much as I'm using, you're going to have a lot left over. And then I'll show you the consistency. Sorry, I have a habit of holding my cup. I have a habit. Scrape the sides. There's the consistency of your fine. Those are what you're going to drizzle on with your micas. So you kind of want them to be a little runny. You can add more Martin if you need to. The good thing about marbles is you're not going to mess up on them. I think it's great when I see people post their marbles and go, I don't know if it's great. You made it your own, and it doesn't have to look like everybody else's marble. And that's what's good about this. You can have fun with it. So there's kind of the consistency of some chunky and fine. I believe it's more of a custom mix. So that's why it looks like that. You know, another thing too is you can mix your own glitters. And then there's starting to get, the glitter was starting to get a little hard on the bottom, so. My gosh, this Purple Rain is so pretty. That's Sparrow. That definitely is going to stand out so pretty. I don't know why, but with my stick, I do all my glitters and my micas, and then I do my Luminolite dyes. So this is a mica, and I'm going to go real slow because it really will pop up in your face and go all over the place. And this is Barney, and Barney is so pretty. Wow. So I'm going to get a different one for my whites after I mix my black. And literally barely need any. It goes a long ways. Okay. So silver. And this is a really fine silver. Like 0.08 maybe? It's so pretty. So pretty. And this looks like one of the white micas. Yeah, this is Frosty Pearl. And I think Frosty Pearl needs to go on every marble. That's my opinion. So pretty. So pretty, guys. And I'm just wiping with my baby wipe on this so I can reuse this. This is going to be the Chameleon, which is Skid Row. And your chameleons are not going to show up the way that they should. They're all chameleons are going to look like this. But if you put it on a dark base, the shift will come out exactly whatever color it is that it advertises for. And my white. This is my white Alumilite dyes, so I'm going to mix that in. Not much. It looks like a lot more from this side, but it really is just at the bottom of the cup. Okay. So I'm going to try to find a good way. I am before I start, probably put a little bit of heat on this because I do see a few air bubbles, but to be honest with you, I don't know if it's really going to matter. Because you're going to be touching it a lot. So the coat of epoxy on the cup, is it as thin as you were doing glitter epoxy method? Yes, definitely as thin as you can get it. Literally, you don't need a lot. Like, very thin. Okay, so I know a lot of people have learned to use this when it comes to some of your products. I kind of like using my hand. I feel like I get more placement on where I want things when it comes to the dyes. Definitely tools when it comes to your glitters. So literally, that's kind of all I use to swipe this on. So I definitely want to make sure that I can get a good angle for you guys. But literally, and you'll see as it comes back around. Sorry, I'm just trying to get a really good angle so you guys can see. And you don't need a lot. See how I just kind of still use what I have on my finger, and you'll see when it comes back around probably. But you'll see I used that one dot for all of this. And I like to kind of go down on the bottom a little bit. And there is Can you all see that okay? I'm trying to get a good angle and be able to have it to where I can see how that already just kind of has a marble effect just by using your finger. And you can be messy about it. You can put it as thick of black you want or as thin as you want. But I touch it a lot. I move it a lot. This is the time that you can do that. So instead of using a different glove, I'm just going to use a baby wipe and wipe that black off. Because next is going to be the white. Like I said, like you don't need a lot of black. So some like to use this, and I'll show you an example, but me, I kind of don't. I mean, you can use like that. I personally like using my hand. I can get more coverage. I can have it wherever I want to. And you kind of just mix it into your black. One thing with these dyes and these micas is for some odd reason it likes to pull away a little bit from the top. I'm okay with that. I do, as I go along, try to wipe it on the edge just to see if maybe I can beat that at that time, but I guess that's what happens with those micas and Alumilite dyes. So Tabitha, I've read no on that. I know that I have another girl that, Amber, that has told everybody an awesome paint that you can use is airbrush paint. But I was told that, or what I'd read is something about acrylic paint not working as well. So, I mean, you've got that marble look on it now. I mean, it looks pretty just like that. Okay, we're done. Bye. Just kidding. So, yeah, there's that. We've got the white, we've got the black, and I'm going to use another baby wipe. Because at this point, I'm going to drizzle my colors on. This is the fun part, right? So I like to use a very fine point. It's a silicone brush. They came as a kit on Amazon. They have little jewels inside of them. I know, doesn't it, Tabitha? I think it looks pretty. It's kind of like buying marble cups that are already marbled. So I like to use my glitters first because then I can go and put my micas along the side of them. I mean, my pearl, I like to use my colors first. So I'm going to, actually, I'm sorry, I'm going to use my mica first. So if my cup is turning this way, I usually like to work my way up as I'm going. You're going to find what works for you. But as you see, and then when it comes back around, you'll be able to finish your line at the bottom. And And I see that I've got a line here, so I'm going to finish that one. And then as it comes back around, because I mean, sometimes you're not going to be able to get that full angle, and you're not going to be able to go all the way up when it goes around. Martin, don't say that. So as you'll see it on your angle. I try to put some a little at the bottom. I don't like to put a ton at the bottom because I like the bottom to be flat, and I don't want any type of thick glitter stopping it from laying flat at the bottom. So there's one color. I kind of like to put my colors aside. That way I know that I've kind of already used it. And then I like to wipe it off with a baby wipe. And then we'll move on to, let's see. I kind of like to go with we'll go with a pearl. And this is the Frosty Pearl. And now you can go wherever you want to, but I kind of like to go right along the side of my purple. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You can put one right there. Go anywhere. And once you get the right consistency, your mica will work with you. See, I got some there. You're not done, Tabitha, so you got this. You got it. Okay, I'm going to set that one aside. I've got my chameleon. I'm going to try to put some kind of in the black here. You can put it really wherever. It's going to show up with a little bit of a pearl effect. The nice thing about these is you can put them anywhere you want. So I still see my line there as it comes back around, and I can add to that line. And if anybody has any questions, I'm trying to watch as I'm doing this. So there's the chameleon. Now I'm going to add this purple rain. And you can get this from Faro. So pretty. Oh my gosh. So pretty. So I'm just like, can lay it next to another color. I see that it's coming around here. And if for some odd reason you drop some of your glitter in a blob or something, then add some chunky next to it. So it kind of looks like a little geode. The consistency of this stays pretty good for about a few cups. So just remember that. So once you get it down, you'll be able to do a few cups at a time. I only had a couple micas, so I already did my micas. The purple, the chameleon, and the frosty pearl I put on first, and now I'm just taking my glitters alongside of them. And I'm gonna do, this is my really fine, the silver that I have. And I'm gonna lay that along the side. And it kind of just, the consistent, see how I got a drop there? Perfect. And you don't have to run it along the whole side. You can make a spot of its own. You can make a blob of its own. So pretty. The silver is like, wow. I'm addicted to silver though. I love silver anything. Okay, I'm going to move on to what kind of brush are you using? Apply those with. These come in a kit. They're silicone. They've got two different sides, and they come in a little kit, and I get them off Amazon. I think there are groups, but I usually go with Amazon. So here's another holographic purple. So I'm just going to run it along the side. And you don't need a thick line. You just need a very thin one. And I kind of just put a little bit of each color on. Thank you, Lena. These colors are like probably my favorite together. I think I want to do a silver and gold. I'm sorry, a purple and gold together, like a champagne gold. I think that would be pretty. So I've got a little bit of that glow in the dark. I'm going to try to put a little bit in there and see what we do here. It's really pretty. Oh my goodness. Can't wait to show you when it comes back around. It's right here. This is the glow in the dark right here that I just put on. It matches pretty good. So right here, that is the Woods Goodies Nocturnal. So that's the glow in the dark. Definitely gives it a little bit of a different look, but the cool thing about this is when your consistency is like this, you can kind of just move it around wherever you want. So it works real well. Just kind of waiting for it to come back around. Are there a lot of people from the West Coast, or most of you on the East Coast, or? Okay, so now I have 3 more colors, and this is where I don't necessarily have to go all the way down. I kind of like to take a little chunk area and put my glitter on. So I'm going to go with this little chunk guy. You kind of got to find what works for you. This side does not work for me. This might with this because it's not as chunky, so we'll see how it works. But as you see, you kind of got to, I hope I'm at a right angle, but I'm trying to show you here. See, it doesn't really line like your runny fine glitters. Ohio, Texas, Florida, West Coast. That needs my name on it. I know, right? So pretty. I just love purple. So you can kind of look and see like what colors do you want your silvers to pop out with? Do you want them to pop out with a chunky opal or a chunky purple? But you don't have to go all the way down with your glitters. You know, I'm in Portland, Oregon, and it snowed the last 2 days. Like, this is just insane. So I'm going to put a little bit of purple down here. You know, and you can go back and forth. I'm going to get my chunkies now, and then I can add any. So I've got a good mix, and as you see, it's pretty thick. So for me, this does not work. There is another side that you can, like a blunt side, and kind of roll it on. You don't need a lot. These go a long way. So I'm going to put some right here. Martin, don't say that. You got this. You got this. So pretty much my chunky I kind of roll on. It will find its place. This is where I kind of think it's got a little bit of a geode look, because I kind of blob a little bit in different places to see where I can bring out certain colors. That looks like we need a little right here. And if for some reason you don't get it perfectly where you want it, you can wait for it to come around. Okay, Martin, when we're done with this, you better post what yours looks like, because I definitely want to see it. And you know what? I got to give it to you that you actually are doing one with me. That's awesome. And then I've got more of an opal type of, I'm going to give it a good mix. Kind of want to mix it up a little bit after it's been sitting. Technically, you could put it on with this. I've done it a lot of different ways. So this is really, really pretty. This comes out, this opal is really pretty. I try and stay away from the bottom. I definitely don't want to have to do any sanding. But to me, I've used all my colors. This is my one here that I'm going to do a little flatness at the bottom just to see if I can get a little bit of shift at the bottom with my chunky, a little tad bit, but not on the part that goes around here. Just trying to put a little bit at the bottom, but making sure that it's flat. Oh, Boise. So that is this cup. It's really pretty. I mean, and you can make it as busy as you want, or you can make it not as busy as you want. I'm going to swap this cup out and put another one on there. Thank you. See, Martin? I'm going to do another one, so I got to finish up what I have, so I'm going to take, you know, some more epoxy that's starting to get a little gummy, but it's still going to be okay. And I'm going to be able to work with this little bit that I have. You really just got to doesn't take much. Has anybody in this group done a marble on anything other than a skinny? I definitely want to try different cups. Oh yeah, I'll have to look at it when it's done. I'm gonna run the heat down a little on this since it's a little. Short kids like this one, short kids, 14 ounce. Yeah. Samantha, how did that come out for you? Oh, the Curd 20. Samantha, what did you, what is it that you, or what live did you see? I've done a few. Was it the Marble Live? See, in some areas you're going to have a lot of black, and you can kind of go over that with what you have on your glove. And you'll be able to mix a lot of that up with your white. Okay, I'm going to wipe this off, and I'm just going to use it again for the white. And again, I'm just going to use my finger. That's what is more comfortable. Christy, it is black Alumilite dye, and I get it off Amazon. And then the white is the white Alumilite dye. And you mix it with epoxy. So if you go back and replay, you'll see that it gets mixed with the epoxy. And I'm just wiping it on. So usually is what I do, is I usually do 3 cups at a time. I'll put white and black on every cup. Then I'll do each color on each cup. That's if you have a big order. Otherwise, no. So I think the white gives it more of that marble effect. Hi, Christy. Yay. Okay, I'm going to take my glove off. I'm not even going to attempt to wipe that. My hand's getting sweaty. Yay, fun. Lots of sweat. Okay, now we're going to go with the So now I'm going to do the micas. I like to mix them up a little bit before I start working with them. And yes, they get a little bit thicker and it's so much more fun to work with. Not really. See how that kind of went around that way? That's fine too. You can have your marble go any way you want. So that's the Bernie mica powder. Priscilla, I've been told no on the paints. So I definitely would look into that, but I've heard no. So this is Frosty Pearl, and I'm just going to run it alongside the color that I have on there right now for purple. And you don't have to do uniform. It doesn't have to be along each side of each color. You can put it wherever you want. The chunky is definitely hard to work with. I will say that's something that you just got to take your time with. I've done a couple cups that probably look a little messy because of that. I'm not very good at putting my chunky on sometimes, and then it looks like a huge blob. So, use the white, and then I'm going to use the chameleon. And this is the one that you can pretty much put anywhere. It's just so pretty. No. I seriously, you guys are saying that your cups don't look good, but I really can't wait to see them because I think you're just being a little too hard on yourself. Okay. And I mean, you kind of just put it wherever you want. So here's my silver. I'm just going to lay that there. Yeah, Janice. So remember that. Your cup probably looks really good. You're just being hard on yourself. I think for me, sometimes I think, oh my gosh, I've added way too much. It looks like a blob, but I don't think so. But then, of course, everybody loves, when we don't love our cups, everybody loves our cups. So, okay. On to one of my fine glitters. It also depends on which way your cup is going. I always have to remember that since I'm doing it for a company, they all need to be uniform on the same way, because I would surely hate for it to go this way and me putting it. I did do that once. Just because it was going the opposite way, I thought I had to be opposite, but no. I got it all turned around. But I need all my cups to be exactly, where they go the same way. Like that, just because it's for the same company. Hi, Marie. I'm sure, Marie, they look good. So pretty. Purple rain. I think I need to do more lives. My whole family, like, disappears. They don't want to come up here. I might embarrass them or something. Huh. I don't know why. Do some more little chunky purple. And like I said, with my chunkies and my thicker, I kind of just put wherever. They don't have to go along the edge of other colors. I do like to put them a little close to something, but technically they don't have to. Sometimes you're going to get some thick spots, and you can fix that when it comes around. Darn it, I don't know why it's blurry. Thank you, Marie, for watching. I don't know why it's blurry. I haven't moved yet. So I have a little thick spot right here. I'm just going to pull that glitter down just a tad. Kind of move it around. I technically don't want real thick spots because then when you put your second layer of epoxy on, it's thick in certain areas, and I don't want to have to sand because I don't want to risk going through the epoxy into my glitter. I'll move you for a minute and then go back and see. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why it was blurry, but I think we're good now. Think we're good. I want to be able to get 3 cups out of this. And I'm going to have some left over. But pretty much with this thick, you're going to be painting it on. It's pretty thick. I hope that it's clear for you guys. I'm so sorry. And you can see that it's pretty thick right now, so I'm kind of flattening out some areas. So pretty. Please let me know, guys, if it's okay. Kind of just putting on my chunky right now. Just painting it on. Kind of got to move it around and work with it and flatten it because chunky is probably the hardest thing to use on these marbles. I don't know why it's blurry. Trying a different angle. I don't know why it's blurry. It says I've got full internet. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, yay. Hearts, hearts. I see hearts. I'm going to put a little bit of this glow in the dark in areas. And again, this is the Nocturnal from Woods Goodies. Be kind of fun to give to the customer and them not even know that it's glow in the dark. Just a little bit. Little touch.
So there's the second. I kind of like how the thick, chunky glitter kind of just sits. It'll flatten itself out as it's on the turner.
And I'll quickly put another one on. And thanks for hanging out. I'm just trying to get one more cup in if I can. I just don't want to waste my product. I know there's some people from Florida. How is it there, weather-wise? It's crazy all over the place. Like, it's been cold. I mean, if anybody needs to vacation, it's going to have to be outside of the United States. It seems to be cold everywhere, even in Arizona. Let me know, guys, if it's still blurry. I don't know why it's blurry. I'm going to see if I move it for a minute just to see if it's... Oh, Sharon, I'm so jealous. Just trying to move you guys around to see if this blurriness will go away. I don't know why it's doing that. I haven't had that happen to me before. My glove, for some reason, has glitter on it. Not that it matters. Oh my gosh. It's getting real hard to put gloves on when my hand is sweaty. Okay. Just putting that first thin coat on. Okay. Try and get through this last one just because I definitely don't want to lose all this product that I have mixed up. doing it kind of at a weird angle. There we go. It's kind of fun to, I don't know, I like making these because every single cup is completely different. You're not going to have a cup that's going to be the same. And I definitely, in my care cards, definitely put that to make sure that everybody knows that each one of my cups are completely different. So that's why it's kind of fun doing these, just so y'all know that, put your own spin on it. Tabitha, I just use my eyes. I have no special way of putting on my decals. I definitely am not perfect. I put them on and had to take them right off. It's okay, Colleen. I'm on my third cup, actually. We just put epoxy on, a thin coat, have white and black Alumilite dye. I don't know why I can't say that. Blah, blah. And mix that with a tiny bit of epoxy. And you mix all of your glitters and your mica powders. And they definitely start getting pretty thick by this time. Kind of gummy, but still workable. Stringy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this gets pretty thick. And as you see, I'm just pulling the colors upwards or downwards, however you want to. Yay, Colleen, I'm so glad that you joined us. I'm so sorry if it's blurry, guys. I don't know what's going on, but I was told it's kind of blurry. So now I'm going to go on to my Frosty Pearl mica and just kind of pull it with my silicone tool here. By this time, you're going to get a lot of stringiness. It's really gummy, but I at least want to get 3 cups out of this mix. But it looks like I can go all the way up. Making a mess. And then I have a chameleon, so I'll wrap a chameleon in there. These work best on a dark surface, but you also can use it for a pearl look, which I love doing. That's a great idea. Let me get a dry. I don't want to use a wet. Hold on. Let me. Excuse me. I don't know where the camera lens is on this. Maybe there. Trying here. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. And I've got some pretty silver. Line it up there. It's kind of soothing doing this. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Rachel. My epoxy is getting a little thicker, which is just making it kind of a little harder to work with, but that way you guys can see that it's doable. I don't like the top edge. You want to make sure that you don't have anything extremely thick up there. You don't really want to sand your cup. You don't want to sand your cup. I mean, I think if you really have to, you'd have to do it like on your second coat, maybe. So you can kind of just go back and forth on your colors. There's so many different fun options. So at this point, I'm just kind of blotting it on pretty much. My glitters are getting a little thicker, but I can work with it. Just kind of pull it along. And then I can lay it flat. You guys all pretty comfortable with like epoxying your cups, your tumblers? And what kind of epoxy do you guys all prefer? I use Promarine. It's worked extremely well for me. Real thick. So pretty much I'm just laying it flat as possible on my, like, that is real thick. So once I lay it down, I kind of just go back over it and flatten it down. The nice thing is this stuff moves real good. And I just use this angled section. Yeah, Sharon, me too. I love it. I really do. But of course, for me, I have not used anything else. So I don't know what else, I don't know. If this works for me, I'm not going to switch it up. Let's see, guys, this is actually not that hard. And I hope I was able to help you. And I'm sorry that my video is like blurry. I don't know what is going on. Tabitha Sharon Thompson is on here. If that's the Sharon Thompson you're talking about, she commented right above you. I have a lot of people that personal message me, and I help as much as I can. I think it's very healthy and very good to help each other. So right now I'm just kind of laying this chunky kind of flat because it is really chunky. It's great to have crafting buddies. I actually have a few myself that I talk to, and we wish that we were close. I'm here, and her name's Jennifer. She's in Vegas, and there's Amber, and she's in Utah, and we, it's our go-to friends that we can go to each other and get advice. Thank you. This is actually my third one with you guys. I just kind of wanted to use what I had. And this is I don't know if you just came on, but this is actually the glow in the dark color right here that I kind of been peeking on. Be kind of fun to see what it looks like when it's done with that glow in the dark. I made some molds, and I get my molds from all over the place, but I did a little moose with a mica, little octopus. As you see, I kind of had the same leftover. My son loves turtles, so I got him a little turtle one. It's a very tiny little turtle. And then pretty fish.
fun. Well, Micah's. But there is my beautiful marbles. I don't know if there's any other questions that you guys have. I'm going to put this on the turner. I have all my pretty cups behind me. I still have to do 5 more marbles. So is what I'll do is I'll probably do 3 and then 2. And I'm probably going to pick some other colors and finish doing my marbles and have those run on the turner all night. And no, Sharon, I don't think I've ever done a D-stash. Is that where you like sell all of your stuff? I don't think I want to sell all my stuff. I don't know why I'm blurry. That makes me sad. I almost want to move you over here just to see if we won't be blurry anymore. Sorry, just trying to see if we're going to get blurry or clear. Something from a Michelle. Like a cup or other stuff. I just started sending out mermaid tails. I have in Oregon, we have Oregon ducks, and then we have the Oregon State beavers. So I made this to match the Oregon State one, and then I did one that is to match the Oregon ducks. So I'm going to make keychains and send those with the, as you see, the cut behind me, and then the orange and black one right there. Anyway, I just keep the end up, and then I take
not working.